But imagine if they were on Zombies in Spaceland and one was painted like a little messed up clown. Like, dude, that took me literally 3 minutes to think of, and it already sounds way cooler than this.
This is a complete guide to completing the Paradox Junction.
And I just want to show you how he expresses himself throughout this guide that he does. It's so strange to me that he shills so hard for Treyarch and Activision. He's supposed to be a pillar of the community, and he has no balls. He literally just suckles the teat of Activision and Treyarch. He never will say a bad thing about it. It's just so disingenuous. Everything he does is in bad faith. And I used to really like Dalek. I really did. I used to watch him, Codename Pizza, Noah J, Lex. I used to watch Raffle Waffles, Gaming Revolution, and some others. I've been playing Call of Duty Zombies since the release of World at War after beating the campaign and then just throwing you right into zombies. It was a completely different time. We all know that, but my issue is that Dalek literally refuses to say anything negative about this game, and it's hard to take anything he says seriously anymore because where's the criticism? Not every single map is the greatest thing to happen to Call of Duty Zombies, but that's the way DalekJD presents it. And it's a problem. It's a problem for the community. It's a problem for everything that has to do with zombies as a whole. And I am tired of it. I'm tired of spending my money on on lackluster video games. It's not just Call of Duty, but that's what we're talking about here. And let's get into it. You're gonna see what I'm gonna show you, and then you guys make a choice for yourself. Let me know what you guys think.
Junction Easter egg and Black Ops 7 Zombies. This can be completed in both solo or co-op, and this with my recommended loadout where I recommend East on the ball round 6, where typically after your first dog round, you will then teleport into the past. When this happens, access the Trinity Avenue section of the map, and you now want to destroy the space-time knots to disrupt the temporal storm that will allow the Pack-a-Punch to drop. This will involve shooting these time knots.
Like, another thing that I don't like is clearly you need to shoot these things, right? Why do you need these big gold markers to say, hey, make sure you shoot this? Everything is so pampered now in zombies. It's like if you can't use a little critical thinking, you should like what's the point? Like I remember when Easter eggs used to be a thing that you did if you wanted a challenge, you wanted to put your left foot forward and see if you could take something on. I mean, most Easter eggs back in the day, you couldn't do solo. If I'm being completely honest, I do like the fact that you're capable of doing Easter eggs solo. It's something that you were able to start doing really in Black Ops 4. You could do it in some maps on Black Ops 3, but a lot of the maps in Black Ops 3 zombies, you had to do it with other people. But now it's like, okay, am I gonna beat the Easter egg solo or with a couple people in under an hour? It's ridiculous. There's no there's no real challenge anymore to any of this, and that sucks.
Disrupt the temporal storm that will allow the Pack-a-Punch to drop. This will involve shooting these knots that will then drop zombies down from the sky that will be attached via a yellow string. And when you've taken them out, the knots will then reappear and you need to double. Now we can begin with the first steps of the Easter egg where we need to build the Blundergat. This requires 4 parts to craft and we
Now, I'm not gonna lie, the Blundergat looks sick. The zombies do look pretty cool with their jackets on and stuff. I mean, the creativity there is pretty good, but I mean, they're reusing this. They're reusing this. They're reusing everything essentially. Uh, that's another. We're supposed to be paying for a game and get new content. Most of what's in here is not new. It's stuff that we've already played, already beaten many, many times. Nuketown Zombies, we've already beaten. We beat it in 4, we beat it in 2, and now we're beating it again in 7. My thing is, how long does Treyarch plan to use nostalgia to convince us that this is a good game? Like, when do we say, okay, the the nostalgia is no longer working. It's no longer bringing me back. It's no longer causing me to want to play this game. Like how many times can you use the Blundergat? How many times can we, play on Nuketown? I like the idea of having Tank, Tack, Nikolai, and Richtofen back. I love that. But that's no longer enough for me to want to load up zombies and play. Like I was talking to this guy on Twitter and I was like, when did paying more and getting less become the metric? And he's like, well, you actually pay less today than before. To an extent, he's right. But in fact, he's actually wrong. Uh, I have been paying for Game Pass, uh, the highest one for $30 a month. Okay. And then yesterday I was like, oh, I'll just pay the 15. I don't feel like paying 30. I don't really play games on Game Pass all that much. But I was like, I'll try out the new Paradox Junction map. Can't, because I have to pay that $30 a month. So how is that less than what we used to pay? $30 a month is a lot for 12 months. That's a couple $100. So, I mean, I can see the argument now. Oh, well, you don't have to pay for Game Pass if you want to play Call of Duty. Just buy the game. I don't want to buy the game because then I can't play it on cloud. It's like it becomes a whole thing. And to install Call of Duty is like making such a commitment. It's like marriage. Like you can't just have it installed on the Xbox because if you do, you can't have anything else installed on the Xbox. So that's just where I'm at with it. That's why I'm having such a hard time with this.
You can get these in any order. The first part can be obtained by feeding zombie souls in what cyst you need to fill to get the Blundergat part. Once you've found that, kill some zombies close enough to the cyst and it will absorb the zombie souls, and once the cyst has enough souls, it will explode and will drop the first part of the Blundergat. To get the second part, we'll need to go upstairs in the yellow house in destroyed Nuketown and interact with this chemistry set, which will give us the SO3 vial. Bring the vial across the street to the greenhouse and head towards the sink in the kitchen and interact with the sink, and you'll see a pool of acid appear inside. Interact with the acid and you'll fill up your
Yo, Debrazion, how's it going, buddy?
vial. Now, whilst you're in destroyed Nuketown, search the map for mannequins, and you'll specifically be looking for one that is making this sound. Travel to the past, interact with. This was the correct. If you don't, you can head interacted with, travel back to the of the Blundergat to find the third goo on them. Just like the other parts, once you've found it, head down. You won't see any black goo or any indica. The wall will now explode, and there won't be anything inside the wall just yet, as we destroyed in past. The fourth and final part is the yellow house and that. And to do this, you need to workbench for the Blundergat, but you insert the parts and craft the weapon. But we aren't quite done here because let's move on to upgrading it. So you'll want to progress about 2 to 3 rounds inside of destroyed Nuketown once you go into spawn inside of a fire tornado in the garden of one of the houses or on the street to the right side near Pack-a-Punch.
See, and this right here, they reuse this. This ends up being the final step before the masterpiece, the boss fight. You have to lead 3 of these tortured zombies to certain areas of the map, and once you do that, then you start the boss fight. What I just feel like in this Easter egg, you're repeating the same steps essentially. They're reusing the weapons, they're reusing the maps. we're not getting anything fresh. We're not getting anything new. And again, he just, you know, continues along. So let's finish this up. I'm gonna just keep skipping through talking about this a little bit.
Approaching this zombie bench. One thing to note is that this tortured zombie is affected by nearby zombies, so give around. Otherwise, to kill it with the Blundergat. And if you fail the third one, Mimic. You need to do the same, have the Blundergat pack-a-punched for this one. Go to the Blundergat bench, the Mimic. You'll now need to, it doesn't hurt to have the Blundergat.
And we have been fighting mimics since Cold War Zombies. So Cold War Zombies 1, Vanguard Zombies 2, Black Ops 6 Zombies 3, Black Ops 7 Zombies 4. 4 straight games we've had the same zombies. That's it. Same zombies, 4 straight games. Like, when are we gonna actually get like something new, something badass, something creative? Jason Blundell was the master at doing that, and unfortunately, uh, he's never coming back. So
Blundergat pack-a-punched for this moment. But once you've taken out the Mimic, you'll now like Nuketown. Once waiting for you. Now that we have the Thundergat, we can finally move on to getting all of the main quest items started and destroyed. Remote control that I found in my yard, and immediately be put inside this area here. Towards these directly, it should have destroyed the garage door, where
I'm not gonna lie, the Pack-a-Punch camo is kind of sick.
inside piece that will have spawned on the yellow house backyard weapon, and if done correctly, back to destroyed Nuketown, where you see the twin garage and crouch this box. The seeds use the teleporter to the pile of dirt that you'll be able to plant will now become a zombie that you take down. The souls of the zombies will
And literally, this is the same step that you did in Black Ops 4 Zombies to upgrade the Mark Gun Ray 2, or Ray Gun Mark 2, sorry. This is how you upgraded that Wonder Weapon for the uh what's it called? The poison upgrade?
go into the plant. If for whatever reason you don't, will need the. You now want to head over to that 3 pieces of some mod wood in the. Once that's done, the right side, please stack blue once you step off, and once you have to whack to where the X is, and you'll notice a hopscotch game will appear. Interact with it. It will put us going from 1 in numerical order, all the dodging the black point. You will know because game.
We're playing hopscotch in Call of Duty Zombies. I mean, oh man, this is where we are. 2026. We're playing hopscotch in Call of Duty Zombies. I mean,
You just have to wait 30 seconds to try it with your jumps. By making it back to 1, you will notice that there will be this glowing yellow music box, which will now need to kill zombies near using the Thundergat. Once you
Is this what we're saying? Hopping from number to number is peak gaming today. Like, come on, please.
Start killing, and you're going to want to continues its job of the fire garden. Teleporter back to destroyed Nuketown and stay by the greenhouse backyard, where eventually towards the end of the round you will notice behind this wall there will be a unique zombie that will spawn slowly into the map through the fences, who is named the piano teacher. What you'll want to do is throw a psych grenade at the make so you use the piano for complete. We now blue to find blink, which will all the way out the back of Nuketown.
Now, this step, the piano step, is actually kind of cool. You have to go around the map, find these little blue blinking lights. They blink from 1 to 8. You have to get them in the correct order. Then you have to go to a piano and type in the 1 through 8 in the correct order on the piano, and then it'll play a song. That's cool. That's a decent step, especially for an Easter egg.
Can be found here in Trinity in Pack of Telephone. Mains within the correct and to pass Nuketown and make your way to the piano that is in the greenhouse. And on the wall above the piano, you will see there will be 8 notes in total that you're going to need to play on the piano. Thankfully, these notes and the order that you need to play is exactly the same. These A, F, G, E. For whatever reason, you don't play those cool. 3 notes out of the piano children's this new yard where outside in the map, you'll notice 3 zombies on the ground. You'll see a new little aim of this children's game is that you will be trapped within a pretty big blue circle, and as the ball bounces, new zombies are going to...
So again, the ball drops down, bounces. When it bounces up, the zombies will go up, and you need to shoot these zombies before they land on the ground, and that's the step. I mean, again, where's the difficulty?
spawn that will then bounce in the air, and it's your job on the ground. So with obviously reveals with the sun house, and then eventually when the move completed, the destroy punch is going to be a weapon. Now I had some very serious skill issues working for me, but you'll notice that one of my stats happened and have the wisp. We can now pick them up. That's set. Now there's in the you must make sure Nuketown is beside the...
I want to be exceptionally I just need to explain this. Don't get me wrong, this looks cool. All of it. The scene, the vibe looks and feels cool. I don't know why, to me, it no longer feels like zombies. It doesn't feel like Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 4, Black Ops 2, any of those, World at War. It just doesn't have that feel anymore. I don't know if it's not scary like it was anymore. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know. I just feel like it's lost its when you're playing, like the intensity is gone, the emotion is gone. They're like, look, you don't have to worry about ammo anymore. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain exactly what it is. It's a it's a multitude of things, really, what I feel is wrong with zombies today. And I don't want to sit here and just shit on this because a lot of people do still enjoy it. And a lot of people take a lot of time to create these things. But I just feel that zombies today is catered toward people that want to hop on every month or two, play the new map, and then no longer worry about zombies anymore. They beat the Easter egg, they get the little calling card, they get whatever reward, and then they're done. Like I feel like it's totally catered to those people. It's no longer catered to those people who want to sit there and grind out zombies with their friends. Like it's no longer fun to just get to the highest round possible. That's no longer a thing. Like it's like we play zombies just to beat the Easter egg and then we'll come back to the map if we have to. There's no real replayability in these maps anymore.
Velox 5.7 wall buy hand on the left side of the perk machine. Once you've got both of these items, toy box here in Trinity Avenue, which will unlock the final mini game. Head back to Destroyed Nuketown and you'll notice in the greenhouse backyard that there is another X on the floor for our final mini game. But in order to activate this, we're going to need to go for a red ball. Another location can be a use P this and all the and the X is glowing. You'll then want to use the teleporter to go to past Nuketown and head over to the mini game with a floating with your melee weapon out. You want to
now we're playing Foursquare. Okay? We've done hopscotch, we've done shoot the zombie before it falls to the ground, and now we're playing Foursquare. In 2026 zombies. That's peak creativity. That's peak gaming in 2026 for Call of Duty Zombies. That is where we're at.
You melee the ball so that it will bounce, run to the opposite square, or in co-op, the other player is going to be waiting there so they can make from one of the second. It will be you do, or will now turn into a yellow gap. This object being avenue once complete in the toy box.
See, what I honestly believe is if they're going to use old stuff from past Call of Duty zombie games. Why not do like like a remake of Zombies in Spaceland? Like how sick would that be? That map's never been redone. Um or go back to 9 from Black Ops 4, have it be like 100 years since then, and like parts of it are buried, and like we have to explore new parts of 9 like that we didn't explore before. Like I don't know, man. Like, if we're able to go into the past and we're time traveling, slipping between past and present, why not really take it there? You know, why does it have to be Nuketown again? Like, why didn't they just go, "Hey, we've done this so many times. Let's do zombies in Spaceland." You know, like that would be so sick. That would be so sick. Because I'm telling you right now, the boss fight on this map is so cringe, and it makes zero sense to the plot or the story. I don't even understand how they go, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do," and everybody's like, "Yep, that's a great idea, boys. That's a great idea, boys. Let's do that." Just wait. It's going to be mind-blowing. If you already know what the boss fight is, then you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're about to find out. And it's absolutely disgusting, this boss fight.
The destroyed Nuketown gate and red easiest way to then Shiro, you want to teleport at Blundergat. You make your ones will then transform into an orb that will
Now,
make
this
their
is
way
cool.
to the
These little twins, one's destroyed, literally just skin and bones, and then the other one is less destroyed. I think this is a sick ass concept. But imagine if they were on Zombies in Spaceland and one was painted like a little messed up clown. Like, dude, that took me literally 3 minutes to think of, and it already sounds way cooler than this. And no one would complain. No one. And if they did people did complain, fuck them. Who cares what those people are saying? That's just going to be a couple haters. Let them. But people are hating on the fact that everything Call of Duty does is like, "Hey, everybody loves Nuketown. Let's do a Nuketown Zombies map again." Even though we've already done it multiple times, we're gonna still go for it. And it's like, come on. And it's so small, man. It's so small. They didn't give us like an underground, like more space. They all they did was take this portal and you can experience the same exact map, but at a different point in time. I don't know. It's just it again, the lack of creativity, the lack of emotion and art in this game just no longer exists. And I continuously hear about how they're saying all the time, "Oh, we're gonna create a zombies standalone game from Call of Duty." We've been hearing that since like 2000 like 13. And it's like that's never gonna happen. Why? Because they know that the sales will just be terrible, especially if they give us this kind of shit. If they have their own standalone game and it's like this, no one's gonna want to pay for it. And here's the thing. If they did this kind of shit every once in a while, fine. Let's deal with it, move on. But it's not. It has become a constant, getting the same used up bullshit constantly. I I I mean, they could have done something so special with this game. It's unreal. They could have like the first map. it was supposed to be based on Black Ops 2 Transit. It doesn't feel like Transit at all. It doesn't have that feel to it. What? Because I'm driving in between places, and there was a bus that used to drive between spots in Black Ops 2 Zombies. Like, come on, man. Give us something with some heart.
Toy box. There will then be a short conversation before they will transform into orbs that will move into an orb gums that you don't feel comfortable bringing in, but it doesn't hurt to have something like a death machine as well. When you're dark, of moments where you cannot out zombies boss fights, this is a multi-phase boss fight where...
So that's it, boys. There's the boss fight. It's called the Dark Heart. Not just any heart. This one is dark. Okay? This is the boss fight. And what it's going to do is just like on the first map, Astra Malorum, it's going to spin just like that boss fight. It's another floating in the sky boss fight. There's just no creativity, boys. What the fuck is this? We're fighting a dark heart. I mean, come on. Am I wrong? This is peak gaming today. This is above average gaming today. I mean, come on. How is a heart gonna fight you? I mean, come on. This just is dumb.
there are a lot of moments where you cannot actually do any damage to the main boss, but it also...
And Dalek, he just doesn't say anything. He doesn't go, oh man, like, what does a floating dark heart have to do with the story at all? Can someone tell me? Can somebody tell me what this has to do with the plot at all? What does a floating dark heart have to do with the plot at all? The story at all? Someone, anyone.
can't damage you. The aim for this first phase is that around the map there are going to be 3 main parts for the main Easter egg that are going to be trapped encased in black goo with a cyst nearby similar to the main cysts in the map that you're going to need to destroy by filling the cyst up with souls in order to reveal the items underneath. The fireplace is in Trinity Avenue. The toy box is in Greenhouse. Take down 8 to 10 zombies or so for the spore to complete, revealing each of the items. Once you've done that, a short while later, there will be a concentration field objective that will appear. And in one of the 3 areas that we found it, which will so that they cannot damage this concentration once the health bar step, and you'll be able to know which to the next. Once all 3 concentration fields have been defended, dark damage. Weak spots on this boss are going to be the glowing parts that are all around the top and bottom of its body. You'll see that it will be...
Does that feel scary? I mean, God...
glowing this lava-y color. As you start putting damage into this, you will notice the dark heart will be weaving around the map, avoiding those and putting in damage until you get to an 3 of those yellow vortex in the sky that's going to be shooting down zombies that are going to be linked towards the black goo. Eventually, the goo will disappear, revealing that main item, and then there will be another concentration field. Work very well here. Once that concentration field again, and then rinse and repeat for the 3rd and again. This time it will be spinning a lot more regularly, making it a much more difficult target to hit. So just be aware of that. You will also need to be a lot more aware because you'll have zombies.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this boss fight isn't hard, it's not difficult. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it doesn't make any sense. It looks stupid. It feels stupid.
And radhounds, as well as the flaming tornadoes and the missiles. Just keep your distance. Remember, you can fire from anywhere in the map here to this boss fight, so you don't need to constantly stay in the middle, but you just want to keep putting damage into the dark heart until it is immune once again. There will be a tortured zombie that will spawn in the middle of
and this is what I was talking
arena.
about. The tortured zombie. another replayed step from earlier. Just reusing similar steps to just finish off the boss fight because there's, again, no creativity.
Just like we were doing in the main Easter egg, you need to lead this tortured zombie towards each of the 3 clumped items. So the easiest one is to start with the fireplace. If you just clear all zombies that are in front of you, as well from the tormented zombie, go in, will then spawn again in the middle that you're going to want to lead to the back of the greenhouse. Again, making sure it doesn't die out too quick, and repeat the exact same thing for Yellow House, where once all 3 have been revealed, there will be a concentration field again at one of them that you're going to need to defend, and then repeat for the same on the other 2 items. Once all 3 concentration fields have been protected, the and quicker than it has before, making it quite difficult to hit all, if not an E for Shroud. Do be careful because of the miss. Keep putting damage into him, just keep going, and eventually you will beat the Dark Heart and you will have completed the Paradox Junction Easter egg, getting yourself that ending cutscene. If you found this video useful, I'd really appreciate it.
And that's that. And that is Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Zombies Paradox Junction.